Hi, I'm Daphne Richards, and this is Augie. Our question this week comes from Linda Holm in Hutto, who sent us this picture last summer of her very stressed flame leaf sumac. It had been in the ground a couple of years and had thrived since she planted it, even surviving a very harsh winter. But quite suddenly, in July 2014, half the leaves turned brown and withered. Linda contacted us, wondering if this was Fusarium wilt. We were pretty sure that this was merely another drought victim, but to confirm, I checked with Dr. Kevin Ong with the Texas Plant Disease Diagnostic Lab at Texas A&M. Dr. Ong replied that he'd seen a lot of drought and freeze damage mistaken for pathogenic infections that year, and agreed with our conclusion that Linda's flame leaf sumac was not a victim of Fusarium wilt, but was most likely struggling to survive the extended heat and drought that we were in at the time. So we encouraged Linda to water her landscape deeply and thoroughly on her weekly watering day, add some mulch around the root zone, and watch for signs of recovery, which she did. And now, a year later, Linda has gotten back in touch with us to let us know that she followed our advice and her flame leaf sumac has rebounded perfectly. I'm so glad to know that we were right. This is a good opportunity for me to point out that in all struggling plant scenarios, the first suspect to explore should be water. Honestly, the majority of landscape problems that I get asked to diagnose are related to water. Plants that are stressed due to watering issues are more susceptible to secondary problems such as insects and diseases. By the time you first notice that a plant is struggling, there are normally a whole host of problems already brewing. So pay special attention to plants during drought, and perhaps even hand water those key trees and shrubs that serve as the foundation of your landscape. And while you're standing there, hose in hand, take a few minutes to inspect the leaves and bark for any telltale signs of stress. Our plant this week is Bear's Breeches, Acanthus mollis. This herbaceous perennial is listed as hardy to zone 7, so it should breeze right through even the coldest central Texas winters. As you might guess from its deep green color, it needs to be planted in a shady spot. But in order to flower and perform its best, it also needs sun. A little niche with full morning sun and complete afternoon shade would be perfect. Most gardeners plant Bear's Breeches for its glossy foliage, but the flower spikes are quite striking too. Be sure to plant in an area with good soil drainage and where you can give it a little extra hand watering during the driest, hottest times of year. If the foliage turns a bit yellow in the heat, simply trim it back, but not all the way to the ground. As with other herbaceous perennials, prune acanthus a little harder in early spring to encourage new growth after winter dormancy. Our viewer picture this week comes from Angela Carver of the lovely Krause Springs in Spicewood. Great gardens and cool spring water for swimming. We'd love to hear from you, so please visit us at klru.org/ctg. Send us your questions, pictures, plants, and videos from your garden.